Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of The Widowmaker, Book 1, Invitation to a Hanging, by Robert J. Randisi, narrated by Richard Ferrone, and directed by Brandon Schultz. This book is copyrighted 2003 by Robert J. Randisi. This recording is copyrighted 2005 by Recorded Books. John Locke has been many things: lawman, bounty hunter, gun for hire. And when it comes to shooting, he's a dead shot with a sixgun or a rifle. Legends abound in the Old West, depicting him as both a pillar of justice and a cold-hearted killer. The only thing folks know for sure is that Locke's dangerous, and not to be crossed unless you've got more guts than brains. And now, Invitation to a Hanging.
Prologue. Tombstone, Arizona, October 30th, 1880. There was a judge and what appeared to be a jury. All they needed was an executioner. But actually, it was a meeting of the Tombstone Town Council, and Ted Newberry wasn't really a judge. He was just overseeing the proceedings. All of the council members were in attendance, and it was open to the public. It had all the trappings of a public trial. And John Locke was the defendant. Marshal of Tombstone was the first job John Locke had ever taken upholding the law. He'd waited until he was 45 years old to get behind the badge, and for 6 months he'd kept the peace. His reputation had been made over the years as a bounty hunter, a scout, a gun for hire. He'd held as many different jobs as a fighting man could hold, but never a law dog until the people of Tombstone asked him to be their marshal. And he'd done a good job, to his way of thinking. He'd upheld the law and was in the process of cleaning up the town when suddenly the people who had hired him, the Tombstone Town Council, became upset about the way he was doing the job. For the first time in years, Tombstone was livable. However, there were factions in town who didn't like Locke's methods, and they seized on the first opportunity to try to get rid of him. Apparently, they were satisfied with only 6 months' worth of quiet. That evening, Locke had been making his rounds as usual. He often left the office at the first sign of dusk so that darkness would be falling as he finished up his rounds and reached the birdcage. By then, the cage was brightly lit and brimming with music. He entered and approached the bar. The crystal chandeliers had the place brightly lit. In the corner, 2 girls were taking...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?